I have a couple questions.
Okay.
On that day, Summer went missing. What's your gut telling you?
What do you mean, what's my gut telling me?
What do you think happened?
Well, I mean, I really don't know. I've thought about everything that happened, but I think it lies on them over there. I think they had something to do with it.
And why is that?
Because it's a rural area and it's never happened before. I got a question for you right now.
Sure.
What's your name, bud?
Chris?
McDonough?
Yep.
I thought that was your voice. I'm pretty good with voices.
Well, there you go. So, what do you think would have happened?
What do you mean? What do you think would have happened?
Yeah,
That's
well,
that's kind of one of them what if questions, Chris.
No, I respect that. But there's a lot of what if here. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah. If ifs and buts was candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, wouldn't we?
That's right. We can all wait for Santa Claus at the right time.
Oh yeah.
But I think you mentioned a little bit ago, I was listening, that the folks up on the holler there up on the hill, they know. What do you mean by that?
I mean, in my opinion, out of all the years that people have lived down there, they have never been a child went missing. So to me, in places like that, growing up there my whole life, they have always been a code. You take care of your elders, you take care of the kids. You respect both. I don't think nobody in that area would have snatched up and hurt a little kid. I just don't know that they did it intentionally over there. You know, it might have been an accidental situation. They panicked and then they had to do something. But I don't know.
Sure. Oh, and you know what? I don't disagree with you, my friend. Anything is possible, right? I mean, people panic.
Oh yeah, people panic.
You know, one of the things that's kind of always sat with me, and you tell me what you're thinking, is this idea that Candace should, one night she was pretty well wasted. And she got up there and said that she wants to tell everybody what really happened. I mean, how do you interpret that?
To me, that sounds like she's wanting to tell the truth.
Okay. So do you think there's more to the story then?
I have no clue. There's probably, I know there's a lot more to the story because we don't know what happened to Summer. We don't know where Summer's at. So, there's a lot more to the story that nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. The whole World Wide Web don't know.
Well, we both can agree that 5-year-olds just don't vanish, right?
Nope.
And would you think that she walked away?
In my opinion, if she walked away, they'd have done found her in the woods within a couple hours that day. Riley.
And you grew up there all your life, right?
Oh yeah.
So it wouldn't be far-fetched to think then if she was last seen in the house, that's probably where she should be found, in the house, right?
You would think that if she was last seen going into the house, that's where she would be, yeah.
Okay, and she's not in that house, you and I both know that. So that only leads to a couple of ideas. Who else was around her? Why would Hunter bring your name up into if it was you. He just said Andy, right? How did you get involved in this through his use?
The only involvement in this I had is what Jody Sue has shoved me into, and that they got a little bit of weed off of me. That's the only involvement I had in this.
Sure. What were the what line of questioning was TBI and the law asking? What were they asking?
I honestly don't remember, sir.
Okay, no problem. What do you feel Don knows about this?
Well, I mean, he's the father. He might have no knowledge of it, or he might have all knowledge of it. I don't know. I really don't know. I've not talked to him since really right after all this happened. When I left, I've not spoke with nobody.
Mm-hmm. And you saw him buying a Bluetooth speaker or something? I just heard.
I seen one of them in a store somewhere, and they was on the phone or something, and they was talking. It was him talking to Candace about a Bluetooth speaker that he was trying to find.
Did you go to the store with him, or did you just happen to be in the same store?
Happened to be in the same store.
That's kind of coincidental, right?
No. Usually I've seen him about every day or every other day at the price list in Kingsport buying food, beer, or cigarettes or something.
Sure. So would you consider yourselves friends or just acquaintances?
No. Neighbors, acquaintances.
Just neighbors?
Yeah, I didn't go over. I didn't drink a beer. I didn't hang out. I didn't, ride town with him. Let's go have a beer at the bar. Let's go out to eat. No, they wasn't no fishing trips or nothing like that. I didn't hang out with nobody.
Okay, that's fair enough. How about Grandma? What do you know about her?
I really didn't talk to Grandis.
What do you know about her?
That she was an old lady that lived in the camper. That's pretty much it. And that she was her mom.
Well, that's kind of vague.
I mean, that's the relationship I had. That's the relationship I had with them. I've learned more since I've been gone and moved away from them than I did when I lived next to them.
Sure. And what about Candace? What do you know about her?
I mean, not a whole lot. She just seemed like a drunk.
Is that your assessment of her, or just, when you saw her, was she always drunk?
Yeah, pretty much. Every time I seen any of them, they was drunk. Or getting drunk, working on it.
Just alcohol? Any drugs involved?
I mean, the only thing I ever seen was alcohol and weed.
Just dope? No cocaine?
Nope.
Yeah?
No. I've heard of him going to Knoxville to smoke crack, but I never did. I never did see him smoking crack. Haven't meth, any of that.
Oh, was that the story where he went up and sold $2,000 worth of crack or something to that effect back in the day?
No, like he used to run off every few weekends or so and disappear and smoke crack is what she'd say.
Mm-hmm. How was Don around women?
How was what?
How was Don around women?
I really was not around him enough around any women. You could hear them over there arguing and fussing. So other than that, I don't really know.
He talks about the holler up there being a big drug area, and Lawson does too, the sheriff. Is that a big drug area?
What of rural areas are drug. I mean, it's not a big drug area, no. I mean, it everywhere around in rural areas have drug activity usually, but I mean, the most of the people that live in that holler is older people. That don't do drugs.
Don make it sound like it's a big drug area. I mean, the day Summer went missing, and then shortly thereafter, he was on YouTube talking about all the druggies.
Well, I mean,
It's kind of an insult to the holler, doesn't it? Sound like that way?
I mean, it is an insult to the holler, but I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it. And I mean, if people get offended by it, I mean, I smoke pot. I don't drink. Very seldom do I drink. So, I mean, I know of a couple dope heads in the holler, but that don't include me. So,
sure.
But let's move on to some more calls. You want to?
Yeah, no, I respect that. Hey, can we circle back and maybe you and I can talk offline?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Okay, I appreciate that. I respect that. And thanks for taking my call. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, man. Talk later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's right there.
It's all over with.
Shane. I was saying that the second.
Who is it?
Right, just literally cut your phone off all the way.
In front of mine.
Cut your phone off all the way so we have no interruptions. Anyways, beyond that, the second day she came, she went to the car either to grab something or something, but I grabbed her phone because I wanted to see if she had anything to hide. Like you said, I'm street smart, I'm very observant.
Yes, you are.
Like, I would notice anything, like, you wouldn't even have to tell me, I still notice the mic on you.
Right. No, I respect that.
It's just how I am. It's just, if you're gonna leave something on the table, and I know that you probably got something to hide because of the way you're acting,
Yep.
and the way you call me, of course I'm gonna look through your phone.
Sure.
So she goes through her car, goes on the other side. I act like I'm grabbing my phone because they're just about the same.
Right. So you play it like.
So I put mine where hers was.
Got it.
And so I grabbed her phone. And see, I'm good with tech. I know where everything you can hide is. And so I went through her Google Photos, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
The gallery part.
Okay.
And so where you can delete things, they don't just delete, they go to your trash. I don't know if people know that or not, but they go to your trash.
Okay.
I know that because I mess around with tech every day.
Right. You need to go into IT, bro. Right there. Go ahead.
And so when I looked in there, I seen 13 messages between her and her I'm gonna say drug dealer because he is Andy. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to name his name, but yeah, all I seen was the first message before she started walking up to the mailbox to get up here is that it was done, and I was gonna read the next message of what she said. And she just started running up here, and I literally slid my phone in my pocket and just put hers there. It's like, she asked me if I went through her phone. I said, no, why? Because I cleared it all out before she can get up here.
Did you tell TBI all this?
Yeah, I told her.
Okay.
Second time.
And they told you to keep it quiet on this piece?
They didn't tell me to really keep anything quiet.
Okay.
It's just that I'm not allowed to go on, like, lives without her, like international television.
Right. Okay. Yeah, don't lie. Don't lie.
It's not my permission.
Yeah, no, straight up. You don't want that on her, right? Because then everybody's going to put they're going to put a lot on you. You know what I mean? You don't want that. So, what was your gut feeling when you read that it's done?
My gut feeling was that either they had something to do with it.
Who's they?
Her and Andy.
Okay.
Or it was all of them together, like every single one of them in a family.
Where do you think Don was at work that day?
From what I've heard from the TBI, he was not at work.
No, I'm not talking about from TBI. What you know.
But what I know is I thought he was at work because I used to work with him.